Welcome to episode 1 of From the Gallows, the GunslingerGaming.com retro show. We have it weekly. Normally it's live. We had our first recording last night. I wasn't very happy with how the audio turned out, so this is kind of a redux. I'm just going to go through it one more time for the YouTube version of the show. Now, normally when you watch it live, it's through our twitch.tv account, Gunslinger Gaming, and our YouTube account, should you want to subscribe and follow the episodes that are uploaded weekly that way, is Gunslinger Posse. We are a group exclusively for fellow parent and adult gamers, older gamers if you will. So if you are a gamer that wants to avoid the typical very competitive scene and just want something kick back, crack open some beers and play some games with people your own age, come check us out. More the merrier is how we say it. Before I go any further, I just want to give a shout out to GS Crinkle Pouch, Oxabella, and Sophie Bean. All of them were there during the live feed and offered valuable feedback as far as some tech issues that were going on. So if you missed us for episode 1, check us out on next Monday at 6 p.m. for the live recording of episode 2. So that brings us to episode 1. We're starting things off with the PlayStation 2 game Jak X, which is a combat racing, as you can see on your screen. It was developed by Naughty Dog. The timing and the choice of this game for episode 1 is not an accident. This week, The Last of Us Remastered edition for the PlayStation 4 is released, which is also by Naughty Dog. Jak X was Naughty Dog's first venture into online gameplay. They really did a really great job with it. Had dedicated servers. Of course, on the PlayStation 2, I think they all had to have that back then. And they had an extensive amount of clan support in game. And to this day, games like Call of Duty Battlefield haven't really done as much as they have. You got in-game leaderboards that can be categorized in different ways by total clan points, by win-loss ratios, etc., etc. You had your own clan room with voice chat. It was a pretty cool experience. But what gets overlooked a lot, and it seems to be atypical in combat racing genre, is the story mode. Kind of the king of the genre, Mario Kart, doesn't have it at all. I think the last time we saw a story mode, and it had a fairly decent one, was Mod Nation Racers on the PS3. Well, Jak X actually does a very good job through its story mode, and we're going to play the first hour of it here. There's a few things to keep in mind. This game originally came out on October 18th, 2005. In Australia, it came out on the 26th of the same month, and in Europe, they didn't get the game until November 4th of 2005. However, their online servers in Europe stayed up longer than the US, and they would have weekly tournaments that were called something like Happy Hour or something like that. It looked like it was pretty cool. Obviously, being from North America, I didn't get to try out any of their features, but they seem to have the last laugh as far as online support. I'm talking over the soundtrack that's going on, and I'm going to reset this, and we're going to watch the intro trailer, and it has a pretty good setting piece of it. And the soundtrack is worth noting because you'll hear Queens of the Stone Age. Anyone familiar with the band will definitely know the songs. It's from their Songs for the Deaf album, which was brand new at the time this game came out. The animator for the opening sequence did his work while listening to the music, so you'll notice the animations cut very well to the beat of the song, and they liked it so much at the end, instead of just making it a placeholder, they're like, let's go ahead and use it. So that and another Queens of the Stone Age song ends up on the in-game music, but otherwise the in-game soundtrack is composed by Dean Menta from Faith No More and Billy Hardell from A Perfect Circle. So they have It has a pretty good, strong soundtrack. I don't know if they ever released the soundtrack separately. I don't think they did. That seems more common nowadays. But it's definitely a attribute to the song, to the game. So let's go ahead. I'll reset this. I'll stop talking. You're going to enjoy kind of what this game has to offer.
So there we were, wheel to wheel, with the nastiest racing cars I've ever seen. Razor-sharp chrome gleaming in the dark, weapons bristling under rumbling hoods.
Oh, the Tri-City Welcoming Committee. Have a drink, friend.
Yeah, well, whoever they were, they messed with the wrong racers. Jak and I are world famous. And we're connected, too. We've been, invited to Crash City for the reading of some will. A rich guy named Crew.
The big gang lord?
Yeah, big is right. We were Crew's muscle in Haven City, but old Tub of Butter kicked the bucket. Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah! Slowly the racers circled us. The smell of fear hung in the air. And the smell of something else, too. I told Jak, lose the suckers!
Sounds like this city's terribly dangerous. Maybe we should get law enforcement to crack down.
Yeah, well, this place don't scare us. No nasty gang is gonna get us to turn tail and run.
Sounds like they had you dead to rights. How did you survive?
Barely able to handle himself, but with my help, we took them all out, until only one was left.
Really? You know, people in this town have a way of getting in over their heads. Like at the bottom of the ocean.
Easy, boys. My story's almost over.
Yes, it is.
Wait a minute, it gets better! Really!
Dax, get in the car!
Jack! Are you crazy? You ruined my story!
Now!
Ah! What are you waiting for? Step on it, Jack!
I told you not to go out. We're getting death threats, Dax. Someone doesn't want us here.
You think? I say we take the next boat home.
Not a chance. Hang on!
Jack!
And that's how the game starts in Jak X. We're just going to go ahead and make a new profile. 7 years ago I played this extensively. It's been a while. Let's see. Let's just name us Gunslingers. Now, if you have any comments about the video or feedback or suggestions about what should be future episodes, you can go ahead and follow us and respond on our official Twitter account at GS Gaming. You need to use hashtag Gallows or hashtag Jak X. I'll make sure to see it. So, you'll notice that the animation is almost Disney-like as far as the spastic style of it, and that's no coincidence. Some Disney animators worked on it. All the animation in the Jak series is keyframed, which means that they don't use mocap, which is kind of the standard in video games. It's not a knock on it, but it's more technical than I would say artistic. So where the art really shows is when a visual effects artist is going in and almost treating it like, well, claymation in a way. You know, you have every still motion, every still pose, and you're putting them together to make motion. So the animator style and creativity really comes through. And Jak X is no exception. In fact, in the Guinness Book of World Records, the series holds the record for the most keyframed animation cutscenes in any video game. So that's kind of cool. Now, you heard Daxter, which is the furry guy, talk a lot in that opening scene. The voice actor to that is Max Casella, which people my age know him better as Vinny from Doogie Howser. You know, his friend that would crawl through the bedroom window. That's him. But let's go ahead and save this profile. Let's blow my UC Gallows, my last attempt. And yeah, we're going to overwrite this. Okay. And now we're going to have another cutscene show up, so let's enjoy that.
Let's get this over with and blow this bird. Who called us here anyway?
Crew's daughter, Rain.
Crew had a daughter?
Crew? Reproduced? Ew! Can you imagine what that tub of jelly must look like?
Thank you for coming to Crass City. It looks like some didn't make it. Ah, well. I'm Rain. Before Father died, his wishes were simple. To have his will played for his closest associates, and for us to drink to his passing. This special vintage he kept for the very occasion, to toast his death. Here's to old friends, and to Father's untimely death. So without further delay, his message to us.
Hello, nearly friends, and mostly enemies. If you're listening to this message, then I must be dead. Oh, well. As you all know, I loved racing almost as much as I loved weapons. Alas, I never fulfilled my living dream of winning the biggest race of all, the Crass City Grand Championship. But even in death, I will field the greatest racing team ever assembled and win the biggest race on the planet. You are the best of the best, and you will race for me.
Never
Forget it!
I expect you're all riled up by now, so let me tell you why you will race, and you will win. If all went as planned, you just give a touching toast in my honor. Sorry to say, but I put poison in that special vintage. Quite unsporty, am I right?
Father!
This is where Rain probably gets upset. Sorry, dear. It's a slow-acting poison, or you'd already be dead. You have just enough time to finish this year's racing season. If you race for me and win, my associates will provide you each with an antidote to the poison. Simple, eh?
What the hell did you do to us?
Please, I didn't know. I drank it too. Father never did play favorites.
Yeah? Well, your father's crazy.
We're all crazy for coming here!
I think she's telling the truth.
Well, it's been 1 minute, so I figure by now you're all arguing about how to get out of this mess. My advice is trust no one. Win the race and save yourselves.
Jak, next time you invite me to one of your little parties, don't!
We can do this. We can race. And we can beat Crew at his own game.
Father bought us the best mobile racing garage money can buy, and each of you has a racing car waiting. We're in this together, so let's get to it.
It's been a while since you've raced, Jak, so let's take your vehicle out on the track and I'll go over the basics. Hit the gas, Jak. Brakes are there when you feel the urge, but knowing you, they won't be the first thing on your mind. Hit the brakes, Jak. Holding down the brake will stop your racer and put it into reverse. Hit reverse, Jak. Good! Feel the controls? Your racer has great steering response, and trust me, you'll need it for some of the more challenging courses. Green Eco powers your vehicle's damage control. When you pick up Green Eco, you repair damage on your vehicle. Not bad! You finished your first training. Get ready for the next round. Feels nice to be back in the saddle, huh, Jak? Okay, take the vehicle out for a spin and let's see what you've got. Pick up some Blue Eco. Watch your turbo meter for how much juice you've got in the tank, and use it when you really want to burn up the track. Your meter says you've got turbo power. Use it, Jak, and drop the hammer. Oh yeah, now that's speed. Trust me, you'll need it. Now you've mastered turboing. Let's move on to the next round of training. You can use the E-brake to get into a power slide on turns. You'll need to use power slides to get around aggressive corners. Try getting into a slide, Jak. Now hold the brake down, turn, and hang on! Great, nice slide. You can pull a 180 turn by holding down the emergency brake. Get up to speed and give it a try. Almost, try again. You can pull a 180 turn by holding down the emergency brake. Get up to speed and give it a try. You're looking good. If you want to catch a little air, use the car's jump jets. Jump jets give you a little boost off the ground when you need it, and will maximize your hang time. Try jumping, Jak. Woohoo! If you want to catch a little air, use the car's jump jets. Jump jets give you a little boost off the ground when you need it, and will maximize your hang time. Try jumping, Jak. Alright, 3 down, 2 to go. Picking up Eco will power up your car and give you lots of options while you race. Try picking up a little yellow Eco. When you pick it up, the Eco will be processed and an energy weapon will come online. An icon will appear telling you what weapon you've got. That icon means you have missiles. There are different weapons Yellow Eco will give you, and the icons tell you which one you currently have available. Each weapon is unique, and each has strategic advantages in different situations. You'll have to experiment with each type to find your favorite. You also have a Dark Eco meter. You can power that up by using your weapons. The more you use them, the higher the meter will go. The higher the Dark Eco meter, the more powerful your weapons will get. Your Dark Eco's maxed! Dark Eco makes your weapons more powerful until you crash. You know about Yellow Eco, let's move on. Okay, let's try something new. Red Eco is for rear weapons. Try picking up Red Eco. That icon says you now have a Red Eco mine. You can activate a red-powered weapon with its own special fire button. Remember, this button will only discharge red weapons, and they go out the back. Try dropping a mine, Jak. Good job! That'll give someone a headache. Oh no! Some of Mizo's gang are on the track! Look out! He's launched a missile! Drop a mine as a counter move! Nice!
Give it up!
Alright, you've completed your training. Now let's see if you can hang with the big boys. Here's your first new vehicle, Jak. This one's built for speed. And when the need calls for something a little more rugged, choose this one.
So that was the training. They do make you do that on a new file. You can't skip it. Now, throughout the whole story, you're going to have cutscenes and stuff like that, and we'll get to a couple of them in this first hour. But you'll see this utilizes the autosave quite a bit. In fact, I don't think you can manually save. It only autosaves. There's a bit of controversy regarding that when this game came out, because if the first generation of Jak X discs, if played on the PlayStation 2 Slim, during the autosave while playing online races, sometimes, actually more often than you would believe, freeze the game, corrupting your memory card. So not only would you lose your save file for this game, but anything else on the memory card would be erased. Naughty Dog, with joint help of Sony, actually would replace people's discs with one that didn't have the bug for the people that can prove, have the proof of purchase. I don't honestly know what version of the game I have, if mine has the bug or not, because I'm playing on the old school, big, chunky version of the PlayStation 2, and for whatever reason, that bug, it does not affect that system. So something changed in some processing of memory between the Slim and the PlayStation 2, the bigger, older version of it. So there's just a little fun fact about that. Not so fun if it happened to you. But we're going to go ahead and pick Spargus. Let's see. And you're going to unlock more as you can get it.
This is a racing challenge, Jak, but this sport's called combat racing for a reason. Everyone on the track will have weapons, and they won't be afraid to use them. You'll be up against some pretty tough drivers, so watch yourself.
Eventually, every race has 3 versions of events. Circuit race, which is combat racing. Freeze rally we'll get to. Death race is a different one. And then you also have arenas that do death matches, which is kind of a staple in combat racing nowadays. If this feels a little familiar in regards to how it's set up, it could be because of Crash Team Racing, CTR as it otherwise known as, which is also done by Naughty Dog. It was Naughty Dog's first combat racing game. So the events of this game, Jak X, actually takes place immediately after Jak 3. Not many spoilers here, they're pretty good at that.
But this sport's called combat racing.
But we will go here. You can customize your vehicle. So I'm going to go into the garage and do that. I can't do a whole lot right now. I don't have anything unlocked. You unlock stuff through the orbs you collect doing events, which you could collect if there was an online mode anymore. The servers have long gone down. But yeah, you were able to collect the orbs not only for unlocks, but also for unlocking Easter eggs, which had some pretty cool ones. One being if you had Ratchet, if you had the game Deathlocked, Ratchet and Clank Deathlocked on PlayStation 2, if you had the same save file on your memory card from that game as this one, you got to use Ratchet to play the game. You can use Ratchet to race. Also, if you had the Daxter PSP game, you were able to have characters from that game as well as racers. So they put some cool Easter eggs in here. The only thing I can do right now, and we're going to do that real quick here, is I can't modify parts. As you go, you unlock different parts, and you can customize your vehicle from the wheels to the hood to the guns. Pretty much everything can look different. Now, let's see. We'll just do something simple, just to kind of show how this is like. We'll go black, and then we'll change the stripe to something like yellow. Some good contrast going there. You can rotate. And after the first couple races, you'll see us customize the performance and the look of this a bit more. I don't have any accessories unlocked. I don't have any extra body parts unlocked at the moment. Okay. Let's go ahead and race this Road Blade. You're going to unlock... Oh, here's Basher. This is good for the arena events. You would never want to use this for actual racing. But we won't bother with this. As the game goes on and as your main racing car gets its stats up, you can pretty much use that in any event. So it kind of makes the other beast-like vehicles as not as important as they are in the beginning of the game. Anyway, let's get going.
Welcome, race fans, to another turbocharged season of high-stakes, high-speed racing. As usual, yours truly, GT Blitz, will give you a pit row view of all the action as the best racers of the world swap paint in their quest to claim the Crash City Grand Championship Trophy. In the end, only one wheel jockey will claim the prize as the greatest racer in the land. And we'll be here to cover all the thrills, chills, and spills. The season's first race kicks off in a few minutes, so stay tuned and keep those engines coming.
The first race.
I fear this affair will end badly. A wise man once said, "Be watchful of those in front of you, but beware of those behind."
What wise man said that?
I did.
Look, none of us is happy about this, but we might as well make the best of it.
My father provided everything we need to win. One of us can do it if we all...
Your father got us into this mess, so zip it before I come over there and play daddy.
Well, well, I was told we had some fresh wax rookies this year, but I had to eyeball it for myself. GT Blitz is the name. I'm the Crass City Racing Commissioner and star of the highest syndicated sports event on the planet. I just came by to wish you luck and to skid down a few rules. No side bets, no cheating, no rule breaks or we'll break you. You in gear? This is show business, boys and girls. Only the best racers move up to the bigger events, so make me happy and make the crowd scream.
Let's race.
Welcome to the first race of the season. Let's see who's got the tread to win it all. All right, here we go. Oh, the crowd loves it! Somebody call the doctor!
This one's for you. Here's a present. No! Sorry, but that's the game.
See ya!
Go rock.
Here's a little missile music for you.
Bye-bye!
Want some more?
Ooh, I don't know if they'll find all of him.
One lap finish.
No!
Oh, yes, the crowd wants more!
Say goodnight, buddy.
Stop it.
What a wreck!
Have a missile where it counts.
Damn!
tight!
You saw it here, folks! At least those of you who didn't die yawning or switch to the brand channel. An unknown driver wins his first big race, in lackluster fashion. So, tell us what happened out there. Were you frightened?
No!
Well, wait till you race against the big-name drivers.
It gets worse.
Much. Think you can handle it?
Give him a break!
I'll take that as a no, or no comment. And with that, let's take it down to Greaser in Pit Row. That's a wrap. Listen, I'm not getting much smoke off you guys. I need more spin, more heat. Ratings were down 13 points on that last race. Not happening. If you want to get into the club, you gotta win a lot more and you gotta win big. Accumulate serious points and maybe I'll give you another interview. If you're still around. Well, well, look what the lucky winners won! We have a winner!
So that was the first race. Now when we go in here...
This is a death race, Jak, and it's one of the crowd's favorite events. The object of this challenge isn't just to race, but also to
So we can actually customize this a little bit, and I'll do that just to show what kind of goes on throughout the whole game. Tune performance is the most important. Like for example, let's bring up my armor so I can take a little more hits. It's pretty easy to die right at the moment. Let's see here. Let's go back. Let's see if we have any. I don't think I have any parts unlocked. No. So, well, they have wheels, but the wheels, the other one is almost of a joke. It's so bad. Yeah, it looks like I'm going to keep that. Okay, so let's keep going back. And we're going to do Death Race next, which is a different type. And you end up doing these, like I said, for pretty much every track. If you want to get 100% of the game. You want to get 100% of the game. If you beat that at 100%, then you unlock Hero Mode, which is a brutal hard setting. And if you beat all of Hero Mode at 100%, then back when this game had online, it gave you just a little token. Your boost was a different color, but also any race you're in, if that racing room had the AI racers in it, because the whole room wasn't filled with actual players, they would keep that brutal setting. So actually, if you were online and you were playing the game, it could almost work against you because people would not want to go into the rooms you were in because the AIs would be much harder to compete against. Regardless if you're playing against real people or AIs, you still collected orbs. So that was great. Let's get started here.
Turn and burn, baby.
It's a clean start.
all lose.
You know, except for a little rash in the nether regions, I feel fine. Maybe Crew was bluffing about the whole poison thing.
I had the bottle analyzed. There were traces of black shade at the bottom, a rare and deadly plant found in the wasteland. We were poisoned, all right.
Father never cut corners. Trust me, it's the real deal.
Never fear! When the going gets tough, Jack will get us out of it.
We're just gonna have to win the whole thing.
Against those lunatic racers out there? What are the odds?
You don't want to know.
No offense, guys, but I'm not going to trust my life to anyone but me. Just stay out of my way. I'll win.
Well, somebody here had better win, or I'm gonna be very pissed and very dead.
How about a new hood? Well, well, look what the lucky winners won.
Okay, so actually I unlocked my first real part here, so we're going to go, let's see, probably back to Spartus here, and we're going to do their next feature, which is Freeze Rally. And let's see, I have 7,000 orbs. Let's see, tune performance, 7,000. I can do more armor. It will keep me kind of slow, but we're going to go ahead and keep it as it is, actually. We want to get a little more orbs. The engine and the gearbox is the most important. Your top speed and acceleration, at least for races. Obviously, if you're doing another one, you want to think about armor when you're doing death matches. So I'll go back, but then there is a part. So let's just kind of show that. And let's see, it was hood. So instead of this default one, I have the Haven one. So let's go ahead and just put that on. Now, in theory, it's just visual, although I do notice that the wheels do make a difference in your traction and stuff. And definitely during the online days, there was a lot of rumors about whether or not the certain combos of the parts yielded better hidden stats. That was never really confirmed back in the days. That's just, it wasn't a huge online community that could easily confirm or deny that. So I think it was mostly mind games in people's heads that certain combos did better. With the exception of the wheels, which did clearly have some traction differences that is not featured in the visual stats. So Freeze Rally is actually kind of my favorite aside from the combat racing itself. People that played Diddy Kong Racing or Crash Team Racing back in the day will have an idea what this one is, collecting things as time goes on. As you go, it freezes the time for a little bit, and you need to keep freezing the time to win the event.
Can you hear those engines roar? We've got a green light!
on a new trunk.
Okay, and I unlocked another part. That was kind of a sloppy freeze stage. It gets much harder, so I wouldn't be able to crash at all and still win as the game progresses. Let's see here. Crash, it looks like... Oh, we're going to do our first death match.
This is a death match.
So, let's go to death match, and...
There's no mercy here.
Even though I should be technically ranking up this basher, I'm not going to. I'm going to actually apply that to my main vehicle. I'm going to be using this main vehicle a lot more than the brute. So let's see here. I got 12,000. Well, get that top speed up, and that pretty much takes everything I have. I'm going to go ahead and go back. And we do want to use the basher, even with very little stats. It's going to be better for this. And plus, it's good just to show. You unlock quite a bit. By the end of the game, you have a whole garage of different vehicles, all with the ability to have custom parts and colors and ranking up the stats. It's just because I rank up Roadblade, for example, does not mean that I improve Basher. So there's a lot to do with your orbs, a lot of incentive to keep racing, doing exhibition mode, which is essentially you can do split screen, or you can just do individual racers against the AI, or just going back and doing these events in adventure mode. Of course, back in the day, you also had the option to go online and earn orbs that way. Even though you get a lot of orbs, it takes a lot of orbs to unlock this whole game at 100%. So let's go ahead and try this out.
Here we go, people. Eat this.
Now that's a move my old man would have done.
That hurt. Here's some trouble. Right up the pipe.
Home, baby. Home, baby.
This is what racing's all about.
Eat concrete. sweetheart.
He was a flash in the pan.
Okay, now I'm hurt. No!
Yeah, they most taught me well.
You're facing a Grand Prix qualifier, Jak. In addition to season standings, you must earn a gold medal in each qualifying race in order to be invited to the big Grand Prix events.
Okay, so that was deathmatch, and now I'm in my qualifying race, the Deathdrome, which actually ends up being the easiest track when people used to play online. That would be a good way to kind of test it, and people of all skill levels even the playing field, because it's so wide open, and it becomes really just about the items and then so much the driving skill. But this is good. This is probably going to be the last race. I think after this there's a cutscene, and then we'll just wrap up from there. Let's go ahead and try this out. Ooh, first of all, I think I can unlock, bump up the performance here a little bit. Let's see here. We want... Let's bring up my turbo a little bit, just to say we unlock something. Did they give me another unlock? I don't think they did. Oh yes, they did, the trunk. Okay, so this is what it is before, and then here's another piece. I'll go ahead and use that. Again, that's usually just cosmetic, although that's open. That was open to debate back in the day. Let's go back, and here we go.
Oh no! Here comes old Tingrin himself!
You newbies are finally going to see what I've been talking about all along. What makes this the most watched sport in the world? Ultimate speed and complete danger. I hope you didn't eat breakfast this morning, or you'll find it all over your suit later.
We're not afraid, right, Jak? Right, Jak? Hey! Say some hero stuff!
Welcome to one of the fastest treks in the world. This is the Deathdrome. Many people have died on those lanes, chasing a sad dream. Make the crowd scream for me! Good luck. You'll need it. More than I need ratings.
Ready, go!
Oh yeah. Want some more? Oh! Ah!
Stop it!
Okay, that hurt.
It's a battle of wills out there.
See ya, boy.
Out of my way!
No!
One lap finish.
Man, it's a free-for-all!
Here's some trouble.
Another slammer!
Hit the wall. Have a present. Here's a present. Got him.
And that was the first hour of Jak X. So I'm going to go ahead and stop here. Thank you for viewing. Again, this show is put on every Monday live at 6 p.m. And then the next day we have it uploaded to YouTube. Gunslinger Posse is our YouTube group if you would like to subscribe. This is sponsored by Gunslinger Gaming. That's gunslingergaming.com. The clan and the group is specifically for older gamers like us who just want to kick back, play some games after work or on the weekends to unwind after a hard day's work. So if that's the type of gamer you are, come check us out, sign up, and join up with the rest of us. If you have any comments about this video, you can go ahead and post them to our official Twitter account, GS Gaming. Do hashtag Jak X or hashtag Gallows to grab my attention. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye.